Hello, American Farm Bureau. Greetings from Wyoming. My name is Holly Kennedy, and I am so excited to have been asked to do this short little interview and introduce myself a little bit and what I do here in the state of Wyoming to you all. I'm actually out on the road right now in between meetings. It's annual meeting season for us, so that's always an exciting time of the year. I do field services for the western 12 counties in our state, and the fall is an absolutely beautiful time of year to get out to those counties. I'm always really excited to get out and talk to those members and interact with them and see what's going on in their part of the state, as well as it's always interesting to see the policy development process and what comes out of that and what we're going to work on the next year because of that process. The other side of my job is federal lands, so I track federal lands issues in the state, and there's a lot going on there right now. Of course, you all are probably aware of the BLM dropping the instructional memorandums as far as sage grouse go, and that's been interesting, will be continue to be interesting. Wyoming's been very proactive in that process, and so far it's really paid off to have our core area strategy already adopted. But we do see a lot of potential changes coming down, and we're very curious to see how these instructional memorandums play out and how exactly they affect our permittees and their permits. Of course, it's interesting that one of those instructional memorandums specifically addressed our core area strategy and differences in there, and we're really interested to see what happens with that and what legal battles come out of that one for sure. Another big issue that I'm working on right now is there's an initiative in Wyoming right now called the Wyoming Public Lands Initiative, and that's addressing wilderness study areas throughout our state. It's headed up by the County Commissioners Association, and they have assembled teams in each county that opted to participate in the process to address those. That's a diverse set of stakeholders coming together to ultimately put forward a package that will go to the governor's desk for review and signature that says exactly what they think should be done with the wilderness study areas in their area. And we're already seeing wilderness designation suggestions coming out of that and national monument suggestions coming out of that process. So that's definitely going to be an interesting one. Ultimately, within 2 years, and they have a 2-year time frame on it, it's supposed to go up to Congress for signature and hopefully approval. So stay tuned on that one. That's going to be a very interesting process to follow. So as far as how I work with American Farm Bureau, it's been really exciting to me to get to know many of you. Before becoming on a staff, I was actively involved in Young Farmers and Ranchers, so I know some of you through my time of participation in that, as well as attending different conferences that has been put on by the American Farm Bureau throughout my time here. And of course, we always enjoy when one of your staff members comes to our state, being able to share our state with them, what goes on here, and then also having them be able to meet our members and interact with our members. Many of your staff members have been outstanding to work with, and I always appreciate being able to shoot an email, make a phone call, and find some information and get some answers. Ryan Yates has been fantastic about taking and answering a lot of my questions, and we are so excited to have him come out in November and join us for our annual meeting. Lindsay was always really fun. When she first hired on, she came out and spent several days in Wyoming exploring and talking to us and talking to our members, and so it's been really fun to get to know her, and I'm really excited that she asked me to do this short little video. Some of our biggest challenges are similar to other states. Of course, we have the huge problem of how do you differentiate the federation side from the insurance side, and how do you let people know that Farm Bureau is way more than just insurance. Although we're proud of our insurance product that we offer here in Wyoming, we're even more prouder of the work that we do at the federation. I've been on staff, I'm just into my 3rd year a little ways, and I still get asked insurance questions by neighbors, by family friends, by even federation members will come up and try to ask me insurance questions. And while it's a great conversation starter and a great opportunity to tell them what I do, it's definitely shows what an issue we have in that we need to make that branding and that differentiation. Of course, here in Wyoming, as far as the issues go, endangered species are never far from our conversations. when I first hired on, two of the first things I got handed were sage grouse and wild horses. So those have both been interesting issues to work on and track in our state. Grizzly bears are looking at being delisted right now, so that's an interesting process that we've been working on. And then, of course, wolves. We're always trying to get wolves delisted here in Wyoming. And we also have Wyoming toads, we have black-footed ferrets, the mountain plover, a whole plethora of species. Water is crucial here in the state. Very few areas of our state can be farmed because they are so arid, which is great for ranching. However, the future of industry is very tied to water and the availability of water and the quality of water here in our state. Many of you are familiar with Andy Johnson over here in Uinta County. I actually got to visit with him at my meeting last night, and his little stock pond, and what a fiasco that was. And we're really excited for the outcome of that case, and we're really excited for him. But unfortunately, it's probably far from the last time we're going to see something like that go down. And so water is something that's always at the forefront of our mind and something that we're always working on. My favorite part of working at Farm Bureau is the people, both the people I get to work for and the people I get to work with. It's always great to go out to these meetings and be able to talk to people about the work we do at Farm Bureau and the work we do for them, and tell them, we work for you. You decide what stance we take on these issues. We don't tell you what stance you should take. And I think that's a really unique and important part of the Farm Bureau organization. I'm also blessed to be surrounded by an outstanding state staff. There's only 6 of us, but we're mighty out here in Wyoming, and we do some incredible work, and we've had some incredible legislation passed because of the work we've done here recently. And so that's always exciting, and I'm just so excited to be part of such a dynamic team of leaders in the Farm Bureau Federation.